Hey everybody, Bobby Morano here, posting video log number 1 for secondary general music practices. I just want to start out and say I'm really excited for this course. Just based off of talking to Dr. Gulish, reading a lot of your comments, watching your videos, and listening to lecture number 1, it seems like this is going to have a lot of relevant application for my current teaching position. And I'm really looking forward to bouncing ideas and strategies off of each other in the next coming weeks and making our classrooms more enriching for our students. So, starting out with the lecture, I don't think there was anything I found necessarily surprising in the lecture, but I did find a lot that was really encouraging, particularly that we're neglecting contemporary trends in music and that we don't have enough creativity like improvisation and composition in the classroom. I'm a huge proponent of this, and it's something I've always tried to bring into my teaching, sometimes with more success than others, admittedly. But I really believe that the students that we're teaching today, with their access to technology and to information, are a different audience than music teachers have had in the past. And we as music teachers need to adapt and make ourselves relevant, or else our subject matter in 50 years or so may not be relevant in schools anymore. So we need to find ways to make our teaching effective, to make connections with these students. Um, so that's obviously one of my overarching goals for this course is finding ways to do that. So my teaching responsibilities currently are 6th, 7th, and 8th grade chorus, 6th, 7th, 8th grade general music, high school chorus, and high school general music. The high school general music course is actually new this past year. It's called bass, guitar, drums, and piano. So essentially, these students, who are typically elective musicians, they're not your typical band or chorus kids, will take this course, and over the year they learn a different instrument each quarter. They get their arts credit to graduate, and by the end of the course, theoretically, they should be able to play any instrument in a band. Now, through that course, I try to keep it relevant. We do a lot of modern songs, things that'll be on the radio. I'll figure them out, teach them to the class. And the students really like that. So one thing I'm looking for in that class that I struggled with is getting them to take improvisation seriously. And I think part of it is because they're not the band or chorus kids, when they're not just following that same line that they've learned and you're trying to get them to think outside the box, they feel really exposed and really uncomfortable. So I don't feel like I really succeeded in the improvisational aspect of that class. So I'm really looking forward to a way to figure out how to make an atmosphere where they feel comfortable doing that, because that's something I think is so important as a musician. Um, Speaking of one of the other things in the lecture that I really enjoyed was the categorizing of our general music learners. As we were going down the list, new music learner, out of school musician, it was like I could just think of a kid for every single category. And I think that categorizing students that way is going to help us really identify their needs and ways that we can enrich their experience. Particularly, one that I see a lot at the high school level is the out-of-school musicians, where they play in a band and they'll be a phenomenal guitar player, but they never come to me for help with this or that because, excuse me, they just don't think of using that resource because they never have. So I'm really looking forward to ways to make connections with those students. So those are my goals for high school. For middle school, I see that a lot of us are having the same issues. So it's a bit of a relief to know that I'm not the only one. But middle school general music, I come in, I've got goals, I've got lesson plans, but ultimately I just never feel that I've really accomplished what I set out to do. Um, and that's something I am a little bit at a loss for to how to make it more enriching for them. One of the things I've basically ended up doing is using my general music class to build relationships with students, particularly guys who I really need in the choral program, and recruiting them for my chorus through that medium. So they're learning guitar, they're learning piano, they learn the note names, etc., etc. But a lot of times it just feels like we're going through the motions, and I want to find a way to make that class more relevant for them and more enjoyable. I hand out a survey at the beginning of the year for my students, and it just says, why are you not in band and chorus? If you could be good at any instrument, what would it be? What's your favorite band? Things like that. And I really believe that everyone wants to be good at music. There's no reason. Why would you not want to be good at music? It's just like sports. If you could be an NFL player, of course you're going to want to be an NFL player. If you're going to be a rock star, it's the same thing. So that's sort of a hook I try to give to my general music students is, why not take this seriously? What if you are a talented musician? And, I try to keep it relevant by giving them that mindset. So that's that's a goal of mine, is really figuring out ways to have those students take general music seriously and maybe finding their own path in music through that. So that, as well as being able to develop long-term lesson plans and units for them that are both enriching and relevant to what they know and have experienced through music. So we've got a lot of improvement that I'm looking forward to accomplishing throughout this course. And this was already one of my personal goals for teaching next year, was making those classes a little bit more enriching. So